Hi, Will. With the way technology is growing and changing, what do you think the future of recruiting will look like? Will programs and computers take over the role of the recruiter?
No, they won't. Technology is definitely a piece of what we do now, and it helps our recruitment process. But humans uh, are the X factor in recruitment. They really are able to find those intangibles that a computer couldn't find. So, yes, I mean I think we should embrace technology and computers, but ultimately it will be the responsibility of the recruiter to find the right candidate and to screen them and find out, if they're a good cultural fit, because that's something that can't be found on paper.
The internet is abuzz with talk about social recruiting. How important is it for employers to include a social component in the recruiting strategies, and why?
It's essential. I mean, it's in this time, everything we do is on the computer. I've been in recruiting for 20 years, and we used to do everything pen and paper. And if you're not doing recruiting on the internet and using social media, you're well behind the curve. Um, you should be active on all social media formats. And if you're not, you need to be making that a priority in your search.
What are your top three tips for improving the effectiveness of a company's social media recruitment? Feel free to share examples.
Sure. So I think there are five, and I wrote a blog on this. But there's consistency, commitment, conversation, courteousness, and courage. You have to be consistent in your message. Make sure your message is something that everybody wants to hear, and make sure that it's not all over the place. You can't be one person and another at the same time. You have to be committed to social media strategy. So you can't do it one week and then a month later, no one's going to listen, no one's going to remember you. You have to have conversation with people. So you have to have it is a two-way conversation in social media. It's not just one person. And then most importantly, courteousness. You are having a conversation. You don't need to be a jerk. You're having that conversation. And then courage. Go ahead and say what's on your mind. Go ahead and talk to people as you would having a conversation. And you may get knocked down a little bit, but that's okay. We're all humans. We're all different.
What about the platforms that are a little harder to utilize on a daily basis, i.e., Instagram, Pinterest? How do you accessorize your recruiting outfit without overdoing it?
You can't over accessorize. I think as many outlets as you possibly can be on social media. I strongly suggest you do it. For me as a recruiter who's in the trenches every day, do I use Pinterest and Instagram? I don't. I don't think it's going to help me. But from marketing standpoint, from the marketing recruiting standpoint, I think it can help bring brand awareness to your company. But most importantly, you just need to realize that you need to have your image out there everywhere, because the more people see you, the more they're going to know about your company, and the better you'll be recognized.
Let's talk about the recruiters who are on the front lines using all of this new technology. How can they avoid a trial by fire when it comes to understanding and using all of these new developments?
So I took this question a couple of ways. Trial by fire. I think that it is essential to have a social media presence that is incredibly good. You need to have a great LinkedIn profile with an incredible a picture, a profile filled out. The Google Plus gives you, an ability to really put in your blogs, to put in a lot of things that you need, on um, all about you. You have Twitter. You need to spend some time on really cultivating the content you have out there. And Facebook is really putting business and social together. But as far as there are going to be a lot of untrue, I guess, technologies that are going to take a while to figure out. I mean, 2 years ago, I started using Google Plus. I did not like the product at all. Now I use it every single day. So, um, you know, give it a shot. If it's something that's not going to work for you, then take it out of your social media strategy. But there are some essential ones out there. I mean, don't go recruiting on MySpace all day long.
Social recruiting is all about who you know. So, what are your best tips for helping potential candidates get to know your company, your brand, or your jobs when you're trying to grow your talent pool?
Yeah, so I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You've heard of the Kevin Bacon. Everybody knows Kevin Bacon, and you know, networking and knowing people are so essential in the process. So somebody knows somebody who knows somebody that will be able to put you to work. So never cross a bridge. Always treat people the way you want to be treated, and use all platforms to connect with people.
Do you have any other tips or thoughts on the social job search from either the job seeker or recruiter or employer perspective?
Yeah, utilize social media every single day. I don't want to take away the recruitment process because, a lot's been written about recruiting and the basics, the phone calls, the things like that. But technology's made our jobs so much easier. I mean, what we can do today with our social media presence gives us such a broader, reach than we had before. People are texting, people are tweeting, people are on Facebook, people are on LinkedIn. This is the way people talk. If you aren't doing it, you're going to miss out because someone else is, and they're going to take advantage of it.